The Agenda in the Summer with Nam Kiwanuka is made possible through generous philanthropic contributions from viewers like you. Thank you for supporting TVO's journalism.
Summer music festivals are back. So to celebrate all this July, the Agenda in the Summer revisits conversations with a diverse cast of musicians and music experts. Tonight, Kardinal, Offishall, and DJs starting from scratch from 2017. Drake and The Weeknd have made it a habit to dominate the music charts south of the border. So it's hard to imagine that 20 years ago, Canada didn't even have an R&B or rap radio station. To talk about that, we're joined by two artists who have always waved Canada's musical flag on the global market. They are also the co-hosts of the Cardi Party on iHeartRadio. We're pleased to welcome the incomparable Kardinal, Offishall, and DJ starting from scratch. Welcome to you both. Scratch, I feel like saying my 6-year-old runs around the house saying, DJ starting from scratch.
It's working.
It's working. So Cardi, when you first started out, there was no hip-hop radio station in Canada. What was it like? How difficult was it to get your music played?
Played where? Well, I was gonna say, when we first started out, we were kids in junior high. Well, no, when I started out originally, I was still in like grade school. So it's hard to express like what it was like. It's like talking about the world before the internet. Nobody really remembers. But at that time, I think what it was is like we didn't even have any like ambitions to like get on the radio because it wasn't a possibility. We just wanted like anywhere that we could go and do our thing, that's where we were. So there's old tapes of being on like breakfast TV at the age of 13 or, winning contests and getting on this magical thing called Much Music. I remember like I have a VHS somewhere of us winning a citywide contest and getting on Much. So I think at that time, it's like any possible place that you could be seen or heard, that's what we were trying to do back in them times.
And Scratch, I think the first time I saw you was on EC, long time ago. I think I was 5.
That happened at some point.
How difficult was it for you as a DJ in that environment?
At that time, like when we kind of started in the same route. At that time, I was
91.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was a DJ for a group with the Simply Majestic thing, and we had won a contest with, I think then it was CFTR, which got us on Electric Circus, opening for Hammer and all this stuff. And yes, it happened, people.
It was good though. I mean, at the time, everybody wanted to be MC Hammer, right?
Hammer,
it was a big deal.
I've known him since '91, and I had no idea that's what happened.
That's how it all started. And then, yeah, it was just the same thing. I wasn't doing it for a purpose at that point. It was something I just naturally fell in love with. I was friends with him in high school. We just started. He's like, hey, I'm a rapper. Do you want to do this? I was like, sure, why not? I'd never done it before. And it just got me on Electric Circus and Much Music and all that stuff. And then it just kind of snowballed into other things along the way.
Do you find it ironic that you're both on the radio station now?
I think it's ironic that two people that primarily have a real affinity and love and admiration for urban music that we're on iHeartRadio and Virgin Radio. I think that also shows progression, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like you said, 20 years ago, it wouldn't have been a thought at all, you know, and I've been in countless debates with various music directors, program directors over the years fighting to say, you need to get hip hop on the radio. And before Canada was able to see that vision, they used to fight it like with everything they have. But I think now, like if you break it down and literally go to the analytics, you'll see that right now, urban music, meaning hip hop, R&B, and then even it's crossing over into like what they call like urban pop now. Basically, the urban music format accounts for almost 50% of, you know, what's selling within the industry right now. So it's like, no matter what your personal opinion is, if you want to keep your job, you have to involve urban music.
Because that's a lot of money we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Do you find that pop radio is better at playing hip hop, Scratch?
They do, but I think they're still kind of scared on a lot of things. Like they'll still, when the R&B or pop songs come out with rappers, sometimes they'll play the version without the rappers and stuff like that. So I think there's still a long way to go. But obviously when, you know, we have to fulfill CanCon needs, which is huge, and it helps So if they have to fulfill these needs and they have the Drakes and stuff, a lot of those guys aren't CanCon anymore either. So they have to go and dig and search for other things. So I think there's still a lot of opportunities. It's just, they're still very hesitant and they still want it to be very candy coated, and they still, you know, they're
Safe.
So
Yeah.
CanCon, the CRTC mandates that
Yes.
if you're to be considered CanCon, you have to have like a certain number of people on the project. They have to be from Canada,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
You were talking about the resistance before to playing or having a radio station that played rap music or R&B. Where do you think that resistance was coming from?
Searching for politically correct ways of saying it. I think what it is people in power and people that can give opportunity and give the airtime to the artists that deserve it. I think they're still a bit afraid to shake up the system. Because unfortunately in this country we have, to some people, a system that works. And right now, what's happening is a lot of radicalization of everything, of television, of radio, even of the way that we consume television, radio, movies, and entertainment in general. So I think what's happening is you're finding that there's a people or a group of people that are either going to be leading the charge for the way that, where we've evolved into. There's going to be those people that are like, hey, we're all for evolution and the future, and you have those people that are holding on with a tight grip to try and keep things the way that it is, because for them, keeping it nice and easy and making those lateral movements is a way to keep their job simple, and also to make it simpler to keep their jobs. So I think it's one of the two.
And now, I think some people might call them the gatekeepers, right? Now with the internet, do you think it's democratized the system? I know with some artists, like it's hurt the system. It's hurt the bottom line, I guess. But do you think that it's leveled the playing ground for artists and people to get music that they want?
In my opinion, it's a bit of both. It all depends on how you make it work for you. Because there's some people that once you open the floodgates, now you're not going to be, if you're an artist, you're not competing with 100 other artists, you're competing with 100 million. So when there's all that clutter and that white noise, how do you cut through that? You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to step up more and have kind of your career involve more branding than just the music. Whereas before you could have a hit song and that's all there is to it. Nowadays you literally have to have the hit song, you have to have the look, you have to have your social media team, you have to have all these different things that are gonna allow you to stand out from the pack. So I think the people that get nervous and are not necessarily for the internet and the new streaming abilities are those people that haven't quite figured out how to navigate within this new system and where it's evolved to.
I want to talk about the 90s. I'm still 5, but I think this is when we all met, right? Now, some people look at hip-hop's, they look at it as hip-hop's renaissance. What was that time like here in Toronto, Scratch?
I think it depends on where you were, like what you were doing at that time. I mean, again, going back to what he said, I think everybody's vision wasn't as grand as it was now, because like you said, there weren't the outlets back then. So we were really just doing it for ourselves and for our friends at that time, for who was in front of us. We weren't thinking of the other people. Like, it wasn't like an internet thing where I'm playing for all these people that can't see me on radio. At that time, we were just really focusing on what was in front of it. That was our energy, that was our feed. So at that time, there was tons of people doing stuff and tons of amazing music coming out, but only we knew it. That was the big problem. Like now, thankfully, to everything else going on, like people can get back into his catalog and Socrates' catalog and Julie's catalog, and they can go back and hear all these this amazing music. But back then, if you weren't there and you weren't in that club or in that concert, or you never got to hear it.
When did you both realize that you could actually make a living out of what you're doing right now?
You can make a living out of this?
Yeah, I'm still scratching.
You know what? I think to add on to what Scratch is saying and to answer your question, in the early to mid 90s, there was a big independent movement within hip hop, to where there were so many different indie labels, and DIY was something that wasn't trendy for us. It's like something that we had to do in order to get our music out. So you look at, Ghetto Concept, they were on Groove A Lot Records. Frankenstein had his own label. Obviously myself, Shaw Claire, Solitaire, we were on Knee Deep Records. So you had all these different, Socrates was on Capitol Hill with
Rascals,
Julie Black.
yeah.
Rascals had Figure 4. you had all these different indie labels within Canada that were like, you know what, we're gonna do this ourselves, mainly because the labels at the time wouldn't give us a shot. So we were actually pressing those singles, but once the hip hop community, like once we literally shipped it physically, shipped hundreds and hundreds, and then went on and graduated to thousands and thousands of records internationally, that's when we realized that we could actually start making money off this, because you then started to have London and Japan, New York, all these places around the world that were like, yo, we love the sound coming out of Toronto. And that's when, you know, Father Time, I remember, was a massive one, because Father Time by Socrates literally just kept selling by the thousands and the thousands and the thousands. And he started to penetrate markets everywhere. And Socrates was actually out of our crew, the first to get a record deal back in 1995. He was actually signed to Warner Brothers LA. So
cool.
That's right. Yeah, so, you know, I think it was at that time we were like, like this is, you know, this is something that if we apply the pressure, we never thought that it could happen. But I think it was at that time, I don't know if it was visions of grandeur or just like kind of putting out the energy that this was, like for us, there was no option. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't a plan B. There was no what if this doesn't work. By the time all of us, because we all worked together to have that Socrates thing happen. We all worked together for Shotclear to have his situation, and similar for me. Once we started getting those record deals, you know, Julie went on to get hers. That's when we understood that this could really be our livelihood.
Now, you all were working as a collective, but for you, Scratch, it's more of an kind of like a solitary.
lone wolf.
Yeah. How did you make it work?
I'm the original solitaire. I just went through my regular channels, to be honest. I never had an end game, like I said before. I was just literally sitting, you know, I would practice at home, and I would just go out and do my clubs and do my parties. And then, you know, the opportunity for Flow came along in 2000, and I didn't want to do it at that time. I didn't want to do radio.
Why?
I just didn't like the restrictions. And I had done radio spots before, and I didn't want people having to tell me what to play. And at that time, I'm working like 6 nights a week. I'm making good money. I was like, I don't want to wake up in the morning and have to go do this. I'm playing all night. And then once I started doing radio, and the freedom that Flow gave me at the beginning was incredible. So that helped a lot. And I was able to play like anything. Like these guys would literally make songs that day and send them to me, and that day I put them on the radio. So it's like we had an amazing system going on. The freedom they gave me was amazing. So I just fell in love with me being able to do not only what I love, but to share music that I know people weren't necessarily familiar with instantly to, you know, hundreds of thousands of people just like that. And it did a lot for me, and just a growth level as a DJ and on a business level. And from then on, that's kind of when I knew I could make a business living out of this whole thing. Because now I'm in the corporate world. Even though Flow at the beginning was very collegey and their business structure wasn't the greatest, it just showed me that there's another side to this whole thing now. Now I can actually get in with the big dogs, and I can be, you know, in a company and salary and benefits and get all these things that the average DJ can't get just by being in the clubs and stuff. So at that point is when I personally realized that, okay, now how do I further this? And since then, it's been, you know, 17, 18 years I'm on radio. And
how much demand is that? You've been traveling around the world. You've been DJing for Russell Peters.
That guy.
That guy. How much demand have you seen for Canadian hip hop?
Oh, it's incredible, especially now, obviously. I mean, doors have been wide open, but I mean, from the Maestro days, the doors have been open. It's just there wasn't enough people, in my opinion, like there wasn't enough people pushing through the doors at the time. I think maybe it was just a knowledge thing or whatever. I mean, Maestro didn't even push through the doors hard enough at the time. But now it's at an undeniable point where you cannot fight it anymore. And Canada's just, now people have no choice but to look to us. And the music coming out here has always been from producers to dancers like Tanisha Scott. Like we have so many people dominating all these fields now, you just have no choice.
So Drake was on SNL, we all know about this. He was on SNL and he did a sketch called Black Jeopardy, and it talks about what we're talking about. Let's take a look.
Let's go to Oh Snap for 8.
All right, Oh Snap, his new album just dropped and it's fire. Jared.
I got this. Who is Kardinal Offishall?
Excuse me?
Come on, fam. He's a rapper. He was nominated for a Juno Award, G.
You know, it's like you landed here on Earth from a spaceship. Look, No good rap comes from Canada, okay?
What about Drake, dog?
Who are these people you keep mentioning?
Cardi, have you have you come across that dismissive attitude south of the border when it comes to Canadian rappers?
Not in many moons. Not in many moons. It's interesting because like when we first started going to the States, like we didn't kick open doors, like we kicked down the doors, then poured gasoline on it, set it afire. Once it was ashes, took the ashes in a bag, sprinkled it all over people. Like we did like all of the legendary shows. If you think about like, you know, we did Sway and Tech show, we did Friday Night Flavors in LA, we did Stretch and Bob. Like we literally went everywhere, and the sole purpose was to dismantle any preconceived notions that people had about what Canadian MCs were like. So it's like, it's interesting because before the internet, there was all this work that was done. It's just that people were back here in the bubble and unaware of all the work that was being, you know, that was being done internationally. So it's like, you know, I remember in 1998 or 9, like I remember, you know, myself and the Rascals and Barrington Levy did this massive show at the Jazz Cafe in London. You know what I'm saying? Crushed it. I remember Bobito had myself and Solitaire on this tour with The Roots and Dilated Peoples and all these other people, and we went on tour across Europe and like totally smashed it. I remember the first day they were like, okay, you guys go first. Like the first of like 15 acts. We were like, all right, cool. So the first show we did was it still goes on to this day, a legendary festival called the Roskilde Festival in, I believe it's Denmark. Like 10, 15,000 people. We went, and by the end of the show, we literally had man, woman, and child take their shirts off. They were throwing it, like we killed the show. Literally, show number 2, we were the 3rd act before the Roots. So we went from being like number 15 to being like us, then Dilated People, then the Roots. Just overnight, just based on one show.
Do you look back at that time with a sense of pride? Because everything that you did, you were basically knocking on doors. It wasn't just, you weren't waiting to be discovered, because I think if you had waited, who knows, right? So do you look back on that time?
No, we were, you know what, we were super confident. I don't think we were arrogant, but we were very, very confident, because lyrically, and you know, to this day, it's amazing because as much as it's nice to, you know, to walk around with the hip hop bravado, I think generally speaking, I strive to be a person of humility, but it's like I meet some of my idols and my idols meet me and look at me the way that I'm looking at them. I'm like, yo, it's Black Thought. He's like, yo, it's Kardinal. I'm like,
Me?
You're Black Thought, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's been, sometimes you don't realize the effect that you've had on so many different people globally, because it's not just in America. It's the same way like when you go, you know, to the UK, when you go to France and all these different places and you meet TV personalities and artists and whatever. And it's really humbling to know that people paid that much attention and really loved your music like that. But it's also, it feels good because you know that all the work that you did was not in vain, whether it's on your Instagram or not. You know what I'm saying? It's embedded in the culture and in the feeling of the people. And I think that at the end of the day is like job number 1.
We're running out of time, but wish we had an hour. We had Dream Warriors on the program some months back, and here's King Lou talking about the state of hip hop then and now.
I think the way the hip-hop industry works, it always looks for the new thing. So even if you're doing great hip-hop, sometimes great hip-hop is not what's gonna, you know, the cream doesn't always rise to the top, you know? The kids always looking for the new thing. When they go to school, they ask, what's the new thing? It's not necessarily what's the good thing. So in 2017, you got so much groups coming out, and you got the internet, you got so much ways of putting things out now just to express yourself. And I think that the awards and the accolades and the fact that we have a variety of different artists coming out now through the internet is a blessing. And I think any blessing that is ignored becomes a curse.
Scratch, what do you think of that idea of kids looking for the new thing, not necessarily the good thing?
The age-old question that we get in arguments every day about. I mean, you can't blame them. We did it when we were young. They're doing it now.
Chuck D was 30 when he came out.
Yeah, but there was tons of other groups that just came out at that time that we were looking for. But
When we were kids, we were all about the good, bro.
So anyways, it's funny he's saying that because I'm usually the one saying that. He's usually going to say this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so hit and miss on a lot of the new stuff. I'm just a music person, so I just naturally gravitate towards sonically sounds good to me. That's the way I look at music, period. It doesn't really matter when it came out to me. I'm still getting exposed to old music that's brand new to me. I mean, it's all in their culture. It's what everything they have is brand new. They have to have everything that's brand new on the spot, last for 30 seconds, and then want the next new thing. So obviously music's gonna fall into that category too. And now you can get music on so many different platforms, so there's so many outlets for them. It's just endless to them, and just you would hope at some point they'll find those little gems if they really want to, and maybe eventually they'll gravitate to actual music. But who knows what's gonna happen? Like I'm nervous. Yeah,
we're like
but
in our day, the music
I don't think
was
it's an age thing. I just think it's like I think we grew up in a time where we were killed with such good music all the time, and other music from before us that now we know the difference. Like Lou said, the cream rises to the top, but we know the difference. Like we know what's good music. We know when people actually put work into the music as opposed to just making internet music, 50-second music. So we know the difference, and I'm a super music snob. So I'm probably the worst one to I'm probably the worst one to ask this, but yeah, I mean, all we can do at this moment is just pray and hope something good comes out of all this.
Well, Cardi, you work at Universal Music Canada as creative executive director.
Yeah.
Do you think that Canadian labels are better now at developing talent than when you?
Hell yeah. Listen, it's a big thing right now that I think we have 3 rap groups signed. That's not supposed to be the case. That in 2017, it's a big deal that there's 3 rap groups from Canada signed to a Canadian label. But that just shows you, like, unfortunately, as an industry, the snail's pace at which we were growing. But what I like is that there were, over the last few years, significant steps put in place, significant things that were put in place behind the scene. And now what's happening is, because it is so undeniable, more than ever before.
I mean, hip hop is part of pop culture now. It's a big business, billions of dollars.
I mean, it always has been, like, for decades. The thing is, like, you have to understand, like, for me, when my first, like, mainstream hit happened, so we were doing underground music forever, and, we were being recognized around the world. But when my first mainstream hit happened, back in 08, 09 with Dangerous, I was already like top 30 on the Hot 100 before Canada even did its first article. So it's like, I remember as like around the world, people are, oh, he's killing it. He's selling hundreds of thousands of singles a week. Canada there wasn't even a newspaper article about it.
Okay, question for you then. So do we as Canadians don't identify hip hop as being Canadian, or because I find that Canadian rappers are more patriotic than Americans? I don't know, maybe I'm...
It just, you know what, it just seems that way because it's a much longer conversation, but what it is if you look at, somebody brought it to my attention the other day, if you look at any successful rapper that's ever come out and had amassed a great amount of success, every last one of them you can draw a line to where their neighborhoods, to where they come from. So if it's Ice Cube, you know where he's from. If it's Jay-Z, you know where he's from. If it's Ludacris, you know where he's from, no pun intended. If it's whoever, Mystical or Big Sean or whatever, we all know the neighborhoods they come from. So I think for us, it's a new thing because, you had that Maestro and Dream Warriors and, Mishi, the Holy Trinity, that forever repped it. But like in between, there was like all this kind of gray area. And then I think when Bacardi slang came, it was kind of a resurgence of a this is who we are in Toronto type of a thing. But I think people normally associate that with America because people think that those American cities were cool. We never looked at ourselves as cool. But I think, with myself and a bunch of other people, what I always wanted to instill within the people that participated in the hip hop culture, and especially hip hop culture coming from where we are, is I wanted people to feel that pride. Even though they thought it wasn't cool, I thought that Toronto, especially traveling the world, is one of the most diverse, amazing, progressive places in the entire planet. Somewhere where, you know, my immigrant parents could come and my family, and we could have this Jamaican culture, and it's accepted and celebrated 365 days of the year. I thought that was the most amazing thing that I had ever experienced, and I wanted for the rest of the world to know that. So I think culturally, because most of Canada doesn't look like the way it does in Toronto, I think as a country, there's still a lot of barriers that we have to break down, a lot of old ways of thinking that we still gotta kind of bring up to date, up to speed, and even this whole Canada 150 thing, it's becoming more and more complex for me as a kind of conscious individual, because when you start looking at the history of Canada, it is an amazing place, it's a great place, but we still have to acknowledge our shortcomings and acknowledge what maybe we did wrong and look at ways to improve moving into the future. And that goes not just for music, but I think culturally we have to do that. And, you know, we can get into politics. The government has to do that. And, you know, there's a lot of reconciliation that we have to do on various levels.
In a way, because we're celebrating 150, but at the same time, that's hurting the original peoples of Canada.
People over here for 10,000 years, it can be a little bit disrespectful.
Final question, hard hitting. The 6 or T-Dot? Because I know you did the Bacardi slang and you had the T-Dot. I mean, I'm old school. 6 or T-Dot?
You know what? I always tell people it's like Namagini. It's the same city. So to me, it's super weird, like when people are like, dude, it'll always be the T-Dot, never the 6. I'm like, it's Toronto. As long as you're showing love for the city, you can call it bit up, beep, beep. I don't care. Like at the end of the day, like we never had a cool nickname for the city, and K-Force invented, you know, T-Dot, and then we just said that's amazing, and our crew kind of made it popular. And I think with new generations coming, there's gonna be something after the 6. I don't know what it'll be, the 4 or whatever, but
9.
You know.
9. Scratch. Cardi, thank you both for being here. Wish we had more time.
We'll be back.
And I'll be stalking your page, Scratch, every Friday for all those mixtapes that you do. Thank you. And that is tonight's Agenda in the Summer. I'm Nam Kiwanuka. Thanks for watching TVO and for joining us online at tvo.org. And we'll see you again next time.
The Agenda in the Summer with Nam Kiwanuka is made possible through generous philanthropic contributions from viewers like you. Thank you for supporting TVO's journalism.
The Agenda is always on. To catch up on conversations from this week or any week, visit our website, tvo.org/theagenda, or our YouTube page at youtube.com/theagenda. It's all there for whenever you want to watch.
Michael Colville Anderson is back, traveling the world to discover the secret of a livable metropolis.
Ultimately, it is about democratic voice for the people of the city.
We think the problem in Barcelona is not the kind of tourism we receive, but the number.
There is an inherent poetry in the narrative of a proud city trying to get back on its feet.
Everyone can have a role and be a part of the change that's happening.
Progress is no longer monster buildings or motorways. Progress is going back to its roots of life-sized streets and strengthening communities.
The Life-Sized City, a TVO original, continues Sunday at 7.
19 years after he saved the wizarding world, the boy who lived is back. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. This all-new adventure comes to life in this, the 8th Harry Potter tale, live on stage. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.